Airtable bases are hella powerful, especially when you jam-pack them with data. But trying to view that data and tell an actionable story with it can also be pretty overwhelming. I'm going to show you how to create an Airtable interface for you to view your biz data internally, and another way for you to share that same information with your clients. Hey friends, I'm Ashley Tyndall, your favorite systems strategist, and I help clients simplify and scale their businesses using Airtable. In this short video, I'm going to walk you through creating 2 Airtable interfaces or dashboards. One for you to summarize your own biz data internally, and another for you to share with your clients. So I am inside of my Airtable Operations Biz Hub template, which I will link below. But we are going to jump in and create an internal interface for us to view this information, right? Like, it's one thing to have all of this data, but it's another to be able to say, well, what does it mean, right? Like, what can I do with this information? I'm tracking it, but what is it telling me? So I'm going to head over to the interfaces tab and go ahead and create a brand new interface. Okay, we can name it. And with the different layouts, Airtable does provide you with a lot of different, just kind of general use cases for layouts, right? If you wanted to just review everything on the data side in more of a list view, if you are using, let's say, social media graphics, or if you have like a member directory, right? The gallery would be good. Same for Kanban. Think of that as like a traditional Trello view. Calendar and timeline are pretty self-explanatory. Using forms to create new records, sending support requests, onboarding forms. But we're going to focus on dashboards today, okay? Now, I do like starting with a blank canvas, but to keep things simple, we're going to go ahead and use the dashboard layout that is kind of predefined or preset for us, okay? Then we're going to select the table. We're going to use the lead tracking table and click finish. Airtable is going to kind of predefine this view with a couple different widgets of sorts, but let's tweak them a little bit more, right? So this is lead tracking. I'm going to call this Ashley's Business Data Tracker, right? Now, when I view my leads, I'm really mostly looking either at the current year or I'm looking at year over year, but rarely am I looking at them both at the same time, right? So let's call this the 2025. I won't even put a year on it. We'll just consider this is the current year tracker, okay? Now, I want to be able to see how many leads total, right? So this is going to count all of the records in the lead tracker view. But the only filter I want to add on this is to have, let's say, inquiry date is this calendar year. Okay, so in 2026, when I view this, it'll update, right? So this is the current year biz tracker, and then we're going to give it a title, and it's just all leads, right? Okay, all leads is good, but how many of those leads converted? So I'm going to add just another element, another number, and we are going to change this to converted leads. I want to, let's see, we can still do a count, but I'm going to add a filter. Similar filter on the inquiry date is within this calendar year. But then I also want to look at my conversion status being booked, okay? Because they're converted, let's think money, we're going to make those green. Okay. Maybe I want to add another number. I have the average time to convert, right? So maybe you have, or other potential options like money in pipeline or any of that information. We could add that here as well, right? I'm going to add the average inquiry time, and then we can do an average. Okay. So this is the average number of days. I also want to be able to see, okay, well, where are my leads coming from, right? So let's say leads by source. For my x-axis, instead of industry, I'm going to change this to how did they find us? And this is what I care about, right? I just want to see the actual source across the specific time frame. We're going to add the filter. Inquiry date is this calendar year. You can definitely play with this a little bit more based off of your preference, but I like to see on average where my leads are coming from, right? Another view that I would like to see is my average conversion rate. So for me, that's pretty important to track, month over month, quarter over quarter. So let's go ahead and change this to the x-axis from a summary count to conversion rate. and we want to do average. Okay, so we want it to give an average of the percentage conversion rate. So I could see, hey, in February I was killing it, right? In March I went down to 50%. What happened there, right? I can go back and look at this data and it tell me more of an actual story. Yes, I might have felt that. I might have felt that I was booked and busy, right? But what worked and what didn't? Say average conversion rate by month, okay? Again, I'm just going to add the filter because this is how I like to view it, is just within this calendar year, and then it fluctuates whether I'm viewing it in 2025 or I'm viewing it in 2026. Okay, from here, just some other things that you might want to look at. Maybe you want to see more of a pie chart, right, of where are my leads coming from, right? So this filter is just going to show everybody, all the leads that are in the data view by industry. Again, you would want to add that filter is within this calendar year. So what is that telling me, right? If, man, I get a lot of folks from this particular industry, but not very many here. Maybe I need to write more blogs for wedding professionals, or maybe I need to, do more speaking engagements in copywriting communities, right? I'm able to view that information and I can tell more of a story about it, right? Like, it's not just generic information data that shows 10 different records and what their different industry statuses are. Okay, you are able to summarize the information. Of course, the dashboard's going to only be as good as the data that you enter in here, but this is a quick and easy way for you to view a lot of this data here on a dashboard view. Now, I do want to just show you really quickly, I actually like the blank canvas view because I can add elements across tables within Airtable, right? So on the dashboard, you saw that I was only able to add elements based off of just that lead tracker. But really quickly, I want to show you, let's say I said, yep, for number, I want to look at the number of leads. I'm going to go ahead and add my filter. So specific records, inquiry date is within this calendar year, but I want to add another number from a different view. So inside of my offer management table, I have a field, I believe, that is money in pipeline. Okay, I want to summarize that field. So I can say money in pipeline, right? Maybe I want this to be an emoji, but I can say, hey, this is my opportunity of dollars to potentially close, right? And then maybe I also want to say, hey, well, what is the lost money that I had in my pipeline as well? So, right, like leads that didn't convert. Okay, so I'm able to add elements across multiple data tables, and not just the one if I were to select that dashboard option within when I'm creating a new page. So again, the dashboard option is nice. It comes kind of predefined with some selections, but I like to start fresh, right? I like to do my own thing. Selecting the option of blank canvas will allow you to mix and match elements across tables inside of Airtable. Now, from a client's perspective, using an example of my support ticketing system, right? I have 10 clients and I want them to be able to view their support requests only if and when they need to, right? So I have all the data here in another template of mine for support ticketing system, and let's create a read-only interface, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and create a new interface, and we're gonna call it read-only for clients. What we want to have are two things. We want an overview layout and we want a kind of record review layout, right? I'm going to create the overview one first, but this is going to be like the landing page for your clients, right? So support ticket, landing page, for example. If you are on a paid account, then you can add a cover image, a quick links section. So maybe you want it to link out to book another VIP day, right? Or maybe you have a community, right? And you want it to put those links here. For bookmarks, so these can be Airtable elements. So view or submit a new support ticket. before we add more bookmarks, let's go ahead and add that record review page. So we are going to add record review. We're going to say pull from support requests, and we only care about, well, you know, let's give them all. We'll give all of them. We actually want to sort it by when it was submitted, and we want to group it by the status. Okay, things that I want to pull in: type of request, issue description, and then support responses. What else do I want to pull in? Their loom. Okay, so you can select all of the elements you care about, and I'll just call this Ashley's open request. Okay, adding this immediately is going to pull in all requests that are on that support table. Now I only want this to pull in Ashley's, so I'm going to filter this to where in this case the first name last name is Ashley, but for you I would recommend either using maybe more so email, business name, or if you have a linked record, something like that, right? Just for this example purposes, I'm gonna filter this whole record list only to Ashley's. Okay, now I'll go add another example, and this one is my husband james@me.com. right here. I just want to make sure that it doesn't include James's request, and then I'm actually gonna duplicate this and then mark it as complete, because I want Ashley to see all of her requests. Okay, so we can even change this. Maybe you have a client with a web design retainer and they submit a whole bunch of requests to you. Okay, so here, adjust it to whatever it is we want the client to see. I don't have a concatenated field for name on this one, but for now we'll just do email. I don't really care for the client to see their ticket number, but I do want them to see the date that they submitted it, the date that it was resolved. We can add, let's add status, type of request, the description. We can change the names of these elements, so let's do screenshots. Okay, loom video. Just to be extra, I'm going to create a separate group that would be the things that I provide as the service provider. Okay, so this would be my support response, any additional information I request, loom video, images. Okay, and then I can even click into this group and change the color. Okay, so Ashley can see, hey, I have this new request out there. It's still open. Ashley hasn't, responded yet. Over here, I'm actually also going to change just kind of what this view over here looks like a little bit. So for the title, we can keep it the ticket number, but we want the status and then the date that it was submitted, right? So Ashley can see, all right, I submitted this request on August. It's new, and then this one's complete, right? So hey, cool, I'm good. I don't need anything else from Ashley. So I'm gonna go back to this view here for our overview, and we're gonna add a bookmark, and we want it to show that open request. So let's share or enter here, view all requests that you have submitted for web design revisions. The form that is on here is in the old view, but if I had upgraded that form to the new view, so the support request form, you could also add that here as another bookmark, right? So you can add any Airtable element, so whether it's additional Airtable pages that are in just this interface grouping or forms, you could add as potential bookmark options. Okay, but now I can publish this. Okay, I want to share publicly. I am on a free plan, but I could share this and make it read only. Okay, so if you share this with other collaborators or share this with either with editors or commenters, it will charge you. So you can share this as a view only record, enter in the email address, and then invite them there. So it says, hey, you as a part of your onboarding process, when it's time to move to support and you submit new web design requests, this is where you would go to view all open requests and submit new requests. Okay, so you would invite by email, make sure you mark it as read only so they can only view records. They can't edit the interface, edit the data behind it, and Airtable won't charge you. And then you are able to share your data with your clients here. Definitely check out my freebie as well, where I show even more creative ways that I use Airtable in my business. Now make sure you check out my latest video where I show how I use Airtable in a couple different unique ways to not just manage content and manage leads, but to manage support tickets, to manage referral partners, and to even manage inventory if you are a product-based business. Like, subscribe, comment below, let me know what you found helpful, and until next time, happy automating.